Lots went on in the Great British Bake Off yesterday, and I'm going to show you just a few of the things that they did. Starting with how to make some vanilla cupcakes with that 2D buttercream swirl that you saw done last night on a big cake, but this is an easier version for people who aren't being quite so ambitious. Let's start with the ingredients. 80 grams of self-raising gluten-free flour, 1 large free-range egg, 90 grams of caster sugar, 50 millilitres of soya milk, and some vegetable oil, 37 millilitres, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So the first thing I'm going to do is add the sugar to the oil. Then I'm going to add in the soya milk. This is one of those cakes where you can add everything all together. Crack in the large free-range egg, and I'm actually going to whisk those a little bit before adding the flour. Although you can add the flour all at the same time. You see how easily those blend together. And because we're using oil, it means that it's going to be dairy-free naturally. I'm going to sift in the flour, and you can sift it all in at once, which is what I'm going to do now, and then just whisk it using the hand whisk that I've shown you before. So sift it in, then get your hand whisk and gently go around so you don't produce massive clouds of dust, and that should whisk in quite nicely and quite quickly. The final thing I'm going to do is add in some vanilla. It's going to be half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I've got the very best extract here. That's a little bit too much, but there we go. And I really think that makes a difference when it comes to having the best vanilla cupcakes. Now I've made the batter, I'm going to pour it into cupcake cases. You'll see I used a jug to mix it in, so that makes it easier and less washing up. So now the mixture's in the cases, it's time to go in the oven. I've got a temperature of 190 degrees Celsius, and that's going to go on the middle shelf there for about 18 minutes. So the cupcakes are now done. I'm going to take them out of the oven. If you're not sure where the cupcakes are done, just press the top of the cupcake and it should spring back. Alternatively, you can pop a tiny cocktail stick in and it will come out clean. You can see there that it springs back nicely. We're going to leave those to cool. Now that the cupcakes are cool, it's time to ice them with that 2D rose design, and that means you're going to have to piping bag and what's called a 2D wilton nozzle. So what you need to do is put this inside here and snip off enough of the end just so that this part of the nozzle shows through, but the nozzle can't actually escape through the bag itself. So I'll pop this in here, and that is perfect. The frosting that I'm using is dairy-free, and I've made it using a vegan margarine and icing sugar and mixed up. If it's winter, it's best to add a little soya milk so that the icing is more pipeable, but at the moment, with the weather we're having, I should be fine. So you're going to hold the icing bag upright, piping from the centre, and then just pipe all the way round. And then when you've finished, you have a beautiful 2D buttercream rose. So if you're wondering how to make Selassie's amazing wedding cake 3-tier structure, then scale up the amount that I made of the cupcake mixture earlier so that you can make 9 cakes to fit on top of one another, preferably 10-inch, 8-inch and 6. Then make a lot more frosting, and with a steady hand pipe that 2D rose round and round the cake until you have covered it fully. If you've got any gaps, then you can just use a star nozzle and pipe in between, and then your cake is done. Good luck!